What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my Browns Chargers Week 5 preview as my guy Jacoby Brissett leads the 2-2 Cleveland Browns back to the Dawg Pound to face off against Justin Herbert and the 2-2 Los Angeles Chargers. Now, we already know what the Browns are coming off. They're coming off yet another typical Browns loss to the Atlanta Falcons, 23-20, in a game where Kevin Stefanski got way too cute when he didn't need to, and honestly, it cost us. Now, the Chargers, they're coming off a pretty impressive 34-24 victory over the still winless Houston Texans. So they're trying to get back over 500 at 3-2, as are we. Now, I think a big key here for the Browns is that, like I said, it's in Cleveland. So the Chargers are going to be the ones traveling damn near across the country for this game. Whereas last year, we were the ones traveling to Los Angeles. Now, that might not mean a damn thing in the end, but, it's always a factor when you really think about it. Now, before I really get into talking about this game, got some Browns news to talk about. As once again, the Browns made some roster moves. According to their Twitter account, and I quote, "We have made the following roster moves." They placed running back Jerome Ford on IR. He was returning kicks for us against the Falcons, and if you watched him, you noticed that he was having some trouble staying on his feet on that turf. He was slipping and sliding all over the place. And as you would expect, he hurt his ankle on one of the kick returns. And yeah, so another guy that returns kicks is now out. If you remember, Jakeem Grant was supposed to be that guy, but he got hurt in training camp. Demetric Felton, can't really trust him. I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe had Anthony Schwartz returning punts at some point. Give him a chance to show what he's got, because he hasn't really shown a whole lot this year. It'll be interesting to see what we do with the punt returns. Most likely that would be Demetric Felton's job. They also signed defensive end Sam Kamara to the practice squad. I remember seeing somewhere that I guess he led the NFL in the preseason in QB pressures or hurries. So that's nice. And then they released defensive end Curtis Weaver from the practice squad. Okay, whatever. Some other stuff that I've seen on the timeline. First, we got this from Fred Greetham. And I quote, "Browns' opponent this week, the Chargers, are number one in the NFL in passing, averaging 307.3 yards per game. But the defense is giving up 27 points per game, 30th in the NFL. So essentially, the pressure is going to be on our secondary and our pass rush to try to contain their passing attack. We'll see if Keenan Allen plays. Of course, they got Mike Williams, who killed us big time last year. I believe he had, 2 blown coverages that led to touchdowns? The dude was getting open all day long. And of course, he was the guy that I wanted the Browns to go after in free agency. But of course, the Chargers did the smart thing and they signed him to an extension, keeping him around. Because they knew he was a hot commodity on the market. But yeah, man, if our defense can just hold down their passing attack and somehow stop Eckler, with the way our offense has been playing, we should be fine, as long as Kevin Stefanski doesn't get cute again. Now, I also saw this from Jake Trotter. Browns defense is giving up 7.83 yards per play in the fourth quarter this season. That's the most of any defense. No other defense in the NFL is giving up more than 6.61. It's in the fourth quarter. Now, if you're wondering, what about the other 3 quarters? Well, I found this, also from Jake Trotter, who was responding to a tweet from somebody, and I quote, "Browns defense ranks 7th in the first 3 quarters. 4.93 yards per play allowed." And you can definitely see that too on the field. The defense plays great first 3 quarters, and then for no reason whatsoever, fourth quarter comes around and they just completely fall apart. Happens pretty much almost every game except for that Steeler game. But they actually didn't do too bad overall. But yeah, we got to figure that out. Because right now, we're a 3-quarter defense. We got to be 4 quarters. We're a 75-cent defense instead of a $1 defense. You know, it's crazy, man. We asked them for $1, they give us 75 cents because they can't give us that fourth quarter. You know, like, come on, man. There's 4 quarters in a game, buddy. Gotta play 4 quarters, 4 good ones. You can just see it on the box score too. I mean, 3 of our first 4 games, we've given up double-digit points in the fourth quarter. Like, it's crazy. The one time we didn't, we faced freaking Mitchell Trubisky. I mean, if our defense played a full 4 quarters, we'd most likely be either undefeated or 3-1 right now. It really pisses me off. Now, you guys know about Kevin Stefanski's love affair with it when it comes to going for it on fourth down. Well, I saw this too. Apparently, the Browns are tied for 6th place when it comes to fourth down conversion percentage. Yeah, we're tied with the Lions and the Giants, which is actually crazy. You can see the percentages right there. But man, we got to get better with that. Of course, most of the time we go for it on fourth down, it's like 4th and 1, 4th and 2, and it's almost always a QB sneak. In which case, we've been really good with those QB sneaks so far. Now, I also saw this too. Now, if you remember so far this season, Denzel Ward has been getting bullied left and right. Well, that was his PFF grade. 92.8, week 4. Good bounce back game from Denzel Ward. He also had an interception. It's going to be interesting to see how he does against Keenan Allen if he plays, or Mike Williams. But we need Denzel Ward to be that lockdown corner that we all know he is. Because when he's locking down one target, that takes away like half of the field pretty much. Then you have Greg Newsome and Emerson to worry about. And speaking of which, are we going to get Greedy Williams back soon too? I mean, not like it means anything. He'll just go out there and get cooked again like he's been getting cooked all preseason. Feel bad for Greedy. I had high hopes for him. Comes out in the preseason this year and he's just getting butchered by everybody. Oh my goodness. I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to tolerate him. I need him to go out there and make me look stupid, go out there and just lock up. But I don't know if he can, He has to stay healthy too. That's a big thing about him. He's been made of glass lately. And it sucks because he's a really good player. It's just injuries, They could be a career killer. Speaking of PFF, I know a lot of people on Twitter are slandering Stefanski, saying he should give up play calling. We need to fire Stefanski. Well, that tweet from my guy Corey, who works with the Browns Wire. Read that tweet. If you can't read, I'll read it to you. And I quote, PFF's top graded offense through 4 weeks is, drumroll, the Cleveland Browns. With Jacoby Brissett. Now imagine what this offense is going to do when Deshaun comes back. Oh, yeah, I understand. Deshaun's probably he's going to be a little bit rusty when he first gets back. But like I'm saying, wait until the final couple games of the year and just watch him show out. When he knocks that rust off, oh my God. This offense is already looking good with Jacoby. And Jacoby's not bad. I've always said he's kind of mid. He's not trash, but he's not great. He'll do just enough to put you in position to win. He's not a guy that can just take over a game. It's not his thing. He's kind of like a slightly better Case Keenum when it comes to game managing. But, yeah, that's crazy to think about, but you got to really think about our style when it comes to the offense. It's mainly just running the ball down your throat. for 3 quarters, and then fourth quarter we just try to eat clock. Of course, it'd be nice if our defense could hold it down too. But yeah, this is going to be a tough test for both sides of the Browns this year and this week, facing the Chargers. Getting into my keys to victory. Key number one, somehow get after Herbert. I don't know if Garrett and Clowney are going to play. If they don't, we got to rely on the linebackers and such. I mean, I noticed Joe Woods adjusted his strategy. First couple drives, he didn't send anybody but the front four, and it wasn't getting home. After that, he was sending linebackers. He sent, I think, corners and stuff. He was sending everybody almost. He was sending 6 guys at times to get after Mariota. Now, the thing with Herbert is he's kind of banged up, and he's not as elusive as Mariota. To mention, Rashawn Slater's out for the year, so they're going to have a backup left tackle. And hopefully Garrett plays, because if he does, I think Garrett could have a pretty good game. Same thing with Clowney. Number 2, force turnovers and capitalize. We got to get our offense back on the field and really just limit the time that our defense is out there. Because the defense can't blow it up if they're not out there, right? Force turnovers, capitalize, and, just take advantage of every opportunity you have, when it comes to scoring. And number 3, don't get cute. When you're in the red zone, inside the 2, give it to number 24. It's that simple. He's a man. He's a big boy, man. Just give it to him. All right? Just give it to him. Don't get cute with these reverses and, passes. Just give it to Chubb or Hunt. It's that simple. I mean, come on. Don't get cute out here. Now, when it comes to my players to watch, I have the whole linebacking core. They're going to have their hands full when it comes to Eckler and company. If they can stop Eckler, I trust our secondary to hold down that receiving core. And if our pass rush can get to Herbert, we should be just fine. Now, as for my prediction, I have actually 2 predictions. If Garrett and Clowney play, I have the Browns winning 28-24. If they don't play, I have the Chargers winning 28-17. So let me know what you think about my predictions. I don't know what the heck my dogs are barking at. Probably something out in the yard. I don't know. But, yeah. Let me know what you guys think. And hopefully the Browns can somehow pull off the W this week. I just checked, and I believe we are 3-point underdogs at home. Should be a good one, though. But let me know what you guys think. As always, shout out to everybody who watches. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, and also become a member if you want exclusive perks. And I'll see you guys tonight for my final Browns Guardians regular season live stream of the year. I'll be going live for Cal Quantrill's final regular season start. Of course, we'll possibly see him in the postseason. If we have to go 3 games against either the Mariners or the Rays, he'll probably pitch that 3rd game. So, should be fun. But with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns. And I'm out.